So I kind of did a tune earlier about the ladies stepping out of line and stuff, or they're kind of being held to account. And so, being an equal opportunity guitarist, I have a little drink of water, and then I'm going to do one for the guys. So this tune is for all the guys out there. I don't even know if it happens anymore because I haven't seen anyone write a letter in the dog's age. We have text and we have Twitter and we have whatever. But this is for all the guys out there who have at some point in their life have received a Dear John. The most cowardly form of communication as far as I'm concerned. I'm a little biased. I got mine in July the 7th, 1974, but who's going to keep track of that, you know? And the interesting part was it was 26 pages, single-spaced, handwritten on legal paper, so I think I used it for the rest of the summer to keep the fire going. But the bulk of the letter was all about how wonderful this person was and how they were taking the world by storm, and how insignificant and forgettable I was. And had it been like a May to September romance, that would have been kind of understandable. But this is a 6-year relationship that was, to my understanding, when I moved back from Alberta to go back to university, that we would be taking the next step and making things more permanent. So I missed a couple of clues along the way somewhere. The second last line of this tome was, when you get back east, don't try to find me. And I'm thinking, geez, I'm getting the heave-ho and I'm still getting orders. I mean, there's something wrong with this picture. And then the more confusing part was the last line was, I can still sign this, I love you. And I thought, well, something's off key here. Anyways, I took that away with me, and thank goodness for sailing, because that helped over the years for me to reconcile this. But I thought, come from a small town, probably going to run into them, not looking for them, but run into them. And I thought, so what happens when some guy who gets one of these terrible letters runs into that person in a significantly longer period, excuse me, after having received the letter? So I call this Still Not Quite the Same. Lost love in years gone past, nothing's quite the same. I caught a glimpse of you, you remembered me when I said my name. The conversation faltered, the silence has grew strained. I choked back my tears, heading for the falling rain. All the memories come flooding back. I was tossed about with the pain, just like I was all those years before, when you said you're leaving then. Now you're staring at the ground. You say that I haven't really changed. Looking back, I've just got to say I'm still not quite the same. The sun rises with the day. It warms you to the bone. There's days when I'll get to noon before I think of getting stoned. Then there's days when it's not at all. There's days when I feel like I'm going insane. Thinking back, I've just got to say I'm still not quite the same. And the harbor for my soul are the breezes on the tide that lift me from the doldrums as upon the waves I ride. And the salt air clears my mind as I set sail again. Through it all, I've just got to say I'm still not quite the same. The North Star guides my path. The breezes are steady and true, which is more than I can really say. Whenever I think of you and the times your tongue was like a knife and you stabbed me yet again. Thinking back, I've still got to say I'm still not quite the same. The birth that I chose tonight, it's calm within the cove as I sit by the oilskins waiting for the wind to blow. And the air is calm and soothing, and I cannot feel the pain. But looking back, I've just got to say I'm still not quite the same. And the harbor for my soul are the breezes on the tide that lift me from the doldrums as upon the waves I ride. And the salt air clears my mind as I set sail again. Through it all, I've just got to say I'm still not quite the same. Through it all, I've just got to say I'm still not quite the same. Thank you.
It's very pretty considering how depressing it is.
Well, it was kind of a depressing time. I gotta admit
well.
that. I wasn't sort of elated.
Amen. Fair enough.
But you could keep the fire going, so that's
Yeah.
Yeah,
At
that
least
was
there's that upside.
because that was one of the things that I don't know a lot of people know about Alberta. She can be hotter than Hades during the day, and it drops just about freezing at night when on the flat land. So, yeah, that was a good fire starter for sure.